What is up YouTube, Tomoo back with a brand new video here today. What I got today for you is a smoke tutorial on the map train, all of the essential smokes that you really need to know to play train. It's gonna win you some matches and progress you up towards that global elite status. So first one is basically straightforward. All we're going for is to smoke Olof down here. So what we're gonna do, we're just going to come into this corner right here, come in as far as possible. You just want to aim, just as you can see the line, there's a little line there. You just want to come just slightly above. There's no perfect measurement for how far above you actually go. You just want to left click through it, and as you can see, it's going to come in and just land there. Basically what this is going to allow you to do is be able to just, if you beat the ARPA or on a pistol round or whatever it may be, is just get out. Just get out and just cause a bit of mayhem. Or you can run through the smoke. It would be entirely up to yourself. Another way of throwing this smoke is if you get into T-Con. This is a bit of a deeper smoke though. If you just come in to this corner, all you want to basically do is you just want to line up. There's loads of different ways that you can throw this, but my favourite way to do it, you just line up with this line here. You just want to just slightly above the edge of the train. You just want to left click through it. Just basically simply going to go over. It's going to land here, which means for this it's a slightly better smoke because it's a lot deeper, so you can actually come through and take a fight on the site or whatever you would prefer to do in your strat. Moving on to smoke and E-box, just a nice easy smoke to land here. There's two variations of this that I do use and that you may use. It depends on how you throw your smokes to where it'll be the best for them to land. The first one is straight into this corner, and what you basically want to do is take this chimney here. You want to line anywhere on the chimney, probably the center would be the best. You just want to line it up to this wire, I'm pretty sure it is the wire off the train. So you just want to line it up, quite simply left click through it. It's just basically going to come in and bounce and land here, and basically what it's going to allow you to do is just get out and just start pushing, causing a bit of havoc, being able to take the site to get a bomb plant. Another way to throw this smoke is if you come into this corner here, and you just basically want to line it up with the corner of this train, but just offset yourself a tiny bit of the center, off the center of the metal part. I don't know what it is. But just left click throw, nice, quick and simple, and it's going to come in and just land exactly the same as the other one did. So you can just come in, do the exact same thing. The reason that you may want to use this corner though is because if you come into this corner, you can actually throw a different smoke from here. What you want to do is line up very carefully from the left side of this chimney, and you just want to bring it up to the same wire. All you want to do is just left click through it, and this is actually going to bounce over and down to the middle, so it's basically going to cut off anybody that can see it from there. So if you could throw them two smokes at the exact same time. If you were to throw this one to there and then come in and actually throw this one, and it's going to mean that it's going to allow you to be able to attack the site without actually worrying about two lines of sights. You're going to be able to get through, and you've only got to worry about the sight and all off. Another smoke that you can actually throw instead of the E-box smoke is a bit of a deeper smoke that's going to land just here, which is going to basically do the exact same thing, other than you'll be exposed to the sniper cross, to the AWP cross should I say. And basically what you want to do, you want to come and just basically jump on this dumpster. You want to line up with this circle in the middle. I'm pretty sure there's not another circle on here, so you can't mistake it for another circle. You basically want to line up in the center of this circle. You want to look up at this window here. There's a ledge across the side. Basically you just want to take your smoke and just offset yourself just a tiny bit so you don't hit the side. And you just want to throw the straight left click the smoke. It's going to bounce off the corner and down to here, and as you can see, if you were to come around this corner, you'd be exposed to there, but you'd be pretty safe to getting through there. If you were to drop this smoke here, there is actually another smoke that you can do that will drop quite deep into here. And basically all you want to do for that is if you come onto the same dumpster, but basically all you want to do is get these two boxes and come directly down to the middle of them, and you just basically want to come off here, look up to the top corner of the building, offset yourself a tiny bit again, and you just want to left click throw, and that smoke's basically going to come over, bounce on the corner of the train and land into the connector. So basically no AWPs will be able to get you on the cross, and it's going to be a pretty simple execute, rifle on rifle. Another smoke that you can use for the site to land directly on the site, which would be just landing here, would be if you were to come to the T-spawn and line up off the second line. You want to get the bit of a gap in the middle. I know there's a few gaps, but you want to get the one at the edge of the shadow. You just basically want to come directly on top of it and look down. You want to line it up off the corner of this box right here, and all you want to do is just basically left click throw, and that's just basically going to land straight on directly on top of the train. It's going to bounce off there, land onto the train and cut off any lines of sight. You can get a sort of a view, but you're going to be able to see it so much easier if you're coming around here. And that's just basically a smoke if you know that the enemies have got any tendencies that you could exploit for the rest of the half. Another smoke that you can use to cut off connector right here is if you actually come up to the top of the ladder room, if I can find my way, and you just want to line up with this corner right here. If you line up with this corner right here, come in and crouch or however you want to line it up, you basically just want to make sure the glass is broke. You just want to line up to this top of this line here, but you want to line it across from this dot. I find easiest. So if you line that corner to corner and just double click, basically the smoke's just going to come out, it's going to bounce, it's just going to land here and just cut off any crosses from the connector. Another smoke that you can use from the top of the ladder room when taking the A site is actually to land into this ivy position to stop anyone rotating from ivy to the A bomb site. Basically what you want to do is come to the top of the ladder and line up the middle of the wall on the floor. There's obviously tiling. Line up off the bottom and turn, and actually want to look at the left window, but you want to actually take the second row of bricks down, the closest to the window frame. You want to line that up and just come to the bottom of the windowsill, and basically all you want to do is just left click throw, and it's going to go straight over. Nice, easy, simple smoke, and it's actually just going to land straight into the ivy position, and it's pretty much a block off of anyone trying to rotate into ivy. There's no one way through it or nothing, it's just a straight block off. Moving on over to attacking ivy, basically there's two smokes that you really need. If you're attacking into A main, you need to drop one. If you're attacking into CT, should I say, you need to drop one onto the A main bit. Or if you're attacking into A main, dropping one towards dead man's or no man's or whatever you may call it. So basically, to drop one onto the A main side to basically attack CT, if you just come into this corner here and just line up just down the edge of the batten, and if you just line up with these arrows to the top and just simply left click throw, it's just going to bounce here and basically cut off. You can't actually see through anywhere unless somebody's to flash through, and obviously Stewie 2K. If you want to smoke off the CT side to be able to attack A main, what you basically want to do is if you come into this corner right here and line it up with the corner of the door frame, but just offset yourself the tiniest bit. What you want to do, if you've got a smaller crosshair, if you've got a bigger crosshair, it doesn't really matter. You just want to offset yourself a tiny bit if you've got a small crosshair like myself. You just basically want to run and throw, basically about 4 or 5 steps or something like that. Just run and just throw it. It's basically just going to bounce off the corner and land into the CT position. and you can't actually, you can see feet if someone's right on the edge of the smoke, but there's not going to be anybody there. It's basically a free entry through ivy into the A bomb site without worrying about the CT position. Moving on over to the B bomb site, there's only basically 3 smokes that you really need to know. The smoke to land the bottom, you can actually throw that normally, and it works 95% of the time. But if you just want a perfect one that's going to land every single time, what you want to do is, if you just come to the wall, bricked wall right here, you just want to basically come to the centre, just anywhere in the centre will do. You just want to line up off, take this bar here and the concrete slab at the top, just line it up and quite simply just left click throw. It's basically just going to be a more consistent throw. It's just going to land down here and basically block anybody off. And if you want to throw it the way I've just threw it there, you can actually do a bit of a one way there and see anybody there, but that's personal preference. You're going to know that gap's there and the other person's not. Another smoke that you can use for the B bomb site is basically just to cross towards the site. All you want to do is, if you come up to upper halls, or whatever you like to call it, upper B halls, you just want to come into this corner right here, and you want to use this pole here and the top of here, just basically line it up, and what you want to do is basically just run through. It's going to line up and bounce off the corner right there and bounce quite a few different ways, and it's just basically going to land nice and simply to cut off. So if you were to have your smoke dropped here, you can actually just get a free bomb plant, and all you've got to worry about is the right side of the B bomb site. Another smoke that you can use for retaking the B bomb site is for this upper halls here. What you basically want to do is come into this corner right here, as you can see, and just basically come in, and you want to line up with this bar here and the top of the door frame. All you want to basically do is just left click. It's going to bounce. It's just going to land on the corner there. As you can see, the smoke has faded a tiny bit, but you can actually see under this smoke. If you want a nice little one where they can't actually see, the smoke's probably faded by the time I get here. You can't actually see from here, but if there's somebody on the top of here, they think that's smoked off so they can run across. You've got yourself a freebie. And the last smoke that I actually have is a CT-sided smoke. You don't really need many CT-sided smokes on this map, because say you were to smoke off ladder room, you just throw it, or you smoke off ivy. It's just a nice simple smoke. There's not really too many, or if you were to come to B and you were to smoke off, there's not really any need to have any complex smokes other than the ones I've just thrown. But for the T main, there's a nice, easy, simple one that you can actually hit every single time I've hit a plane. Every single round, nice, easy smoke. What you want to do is, if you come into this corner right here, you want to actually look at this wire on the yellow part. You look at the wire that's curving round, and you just want to basically take the top of the 2 curves and just basically quite simply left click through it. It's actually just going to bounce and land into T main, meaning that anybody that wants to come out of T main, they've got to come through the smoke. And if you've got a ARPA up here, or somebody watching this way, it's pretty easily a free frag, and more than likely the round win, because 4v5 as a T can be quite annoying. If you did enjoy today's video, please do not forget to slap a like on the video, subscribe if you're brand new to the channel, and always turn notifications on for all of the latest videos and tips and tricks for CSGO. But as always, it has been Tomoo, and I'll see you in my next video.